This is my NXT Vengeance Day review, and this was probably a show that exceeded a lot of people's expectations because I don't think people were that much hype going into this show because there was not like one match where you can see and like on paper it looked like, yeah, this is going to steal the show, this is going to be like the match of the month or something like that. But every match, you would say, did very well and it fulfilled its purpose. Be it Lola Weiss versus Kalani Jordan, even though the NXT Underground concept, like it's kind of like you're bringing like real life stipulations into wrestlings, which never really works. Like we saw that with the Ronda Rousey Shayna Baszler match, like sumo matches and all. But it has worked well for NXT, and the way that Lola knocked out Kalani in the end, the way her father was checking on her hand after the match was kind of emotional. But this was great. Lola deserved it. It was a great match. Kalani got her comeuppance, and this is what should happen. It was a classic face versus heel feud in which the face won in the end. Also, Joe Henry versus Ricky Sainz. Ethan Page tried to interfere. It didn't work. Joe Henry won. I think now you probably have Ethan Page getting involved in this feud, and it made Joe Henry look strong as well because he kicked out after getting, uh, kicked in the nuts. Then Ricky hitting the Rochambeau and still kicking out in the end. Joe Henry winning. So I think now Ethan Page is going to get involved here. Maybe you'll get a triple threat type of feud. Also, it is announced that it will be a triple threat between Zarya, Sol Ruka, and JC Jane in Houston, Texas in 2 weeks' time. In the end, Fatal Influence beat everyone's ass. I would be curious to see if JC will retain her title or not because not having this at Stand and Deliver and having it in 2 weeks in Houston, Texas kind of makes this unpredictable because maybe they can have Zarya win. That way, you can have Zarya versus Sol Ruka as Stand and Deliver. Maybe they can have Sol Ruka win. You can have Sol Ruka versus Zarya as Stand and Deliver. So, the thing is, if you have JC Jane win, like who, like will Sol Ruka get another chance? Will Zarya get another chance? Like that kind of seems like the outcome that is not gonna happen. But JC has held the title for so long. Let's see what happens there. Also, Blake Monroe versus Jada Parker. Great. This is what we wanted for Blake. She needed this, and I said that she needed to win this match. In the end, like her hitting her with the chair, DDTing her onto the diamonds, like it made Jada look good, it made Blake look good, and in the end, Blake got the much deserved and the much needed win that she wanted. Also, Tony D'Angelo versus Dion Lennox. Dion Lennox is very good inside the ring, and it was the right way to start the show, like them brawling. Tony D'Angelo again, like throwing him through that like door thingy that they have. And also, I didn't know Tony D'Angelo had curly hair. He was looking wild, also kind of looking like Charlie Kirk. In the end, he won. It kind of feels like NXT Championship is his destination now. I think the NXT Championship division has kind of now heating up. You have Ethan Page, you have Ricky Sainz, you have Tony D'Angelo, you have people there like who are like main event level people who are going to go for that championship. Even though I don't think Tony is going to end this just with Dion Lennox, I think still Dark State is going to be involved in whatever Tony does next. And arguably, the match of the night, Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame. I was pleasantly surprised that Tatum Paxley won the match in the end. Great finish, great match. It was the last match of their feud. I hope they're not gonna have any more matches because the feud was built on that this is going to be the final time that they'll face each other. I don't know what Izzy Dame does now. Of course, she can have feuds. There are people she can have feuds with Lola Weiss. Also, you don't really need a title. She can have feuds with Jada Parker as well. So there are stuff for her to do. Tatum winning the way she won, the way the crowd went wild. I kind of feel now that Blake Monroe will probably go after Tatum Paxley because the title that she has history with the title. Now it feels much more like natural. You're gonna have a natural face versus heel a side of things, a face Tatum Paxley was a heel Blake Monroe, so it makes much more sense. And now that Blake is rejuvenated again with this feud, it kind of feels like the right thing would be to put her right into the title division where she deserves to be. And I think that's what's probably gonna happen. We're gonna have Tatum versus Blake be the next. So I think I'll give this show a good 3.5 to 4. I think probably a 3.75 out of 5. It exceeded my expectations. It was a really good show. What do you think about the show? What do you think about my review? Tell me in the comment section. If you like this type of content, like this video, share and subscribe. If you don't, then share with those who do. My social media accounts, which are my Twitter/X account and my Instagram account, links are in the description, so go follow me on that. My UPID link with the shabboy.okicici is also in the description, so go donate any amount of money which you can, which can help you make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for today. So thank you, goodbye, alvida.